Hey guys, I'm Nock and this is Steam on a Budget, where we select a game on Steam Popular New Release section, play it and evaluate it according to its playability, the amount of money invested in it, the total playable time and how worth it was afterwards. For this, we are following this article on Lifehack that stipulates how much is your time really worth. Today's game is Owlboy is a game that has been in development for around 9 years. After all these years, have D-Pad Studios live up the expectations of all fans of classic side-scrollers and platformers, or this game will fall short and be defeated by the hype surrounding its release? Fear not folks, Owlboy will fly far above the clouds of Steam sales and reach much higher, near the best of the best classics and indie games out today. Owlboy tells the story of a young mute owl called Otus as he struggles to become a useful owl in his village. Sadly, Otus is not good at flying, studying, or fighting, and he's a constant disappointment to his mentor Asio. Although he's not respected among owls, Otus is a well-mannered fellow who makes friends with most of townfolk, especially Getty, who is his best friend and the village defense mechanic. Right from the very beginning, the plot surrounds the imminent threat of pirates, and it's Otus' turn to guard the village. As he investigates a suspect who is causing trouble, Otus and Getty get caught in the middle of a nefarious plan to invade their flying island. The rest of the story consists of adventures in Old Owl ruins, development of the conflict between pirates and the capital, and exploring the world above the clouds. As you can see from the footage, Owlboy is a side-scroller, puzzle platformer, action-adventure, Metroidvania game! Whew, that's a lot of genres at once! But it's true that it lives up each and every one of those. As a side-scroller, this game is extremely fluid. You don't get stuck in scenery, you don't feel like your character is too slow or even too fast. If you have trouble jumping to platform, this game is all about flying, which subtract most of the Sonic's and Mega Man's problems, but you still got to dodge flying projectiles, so don't get too comfortable. I believe the puzzles are simple to understand, and with 1 to 5 minutes you get past pretty easily. However, considering gameplay, the aspect that stands out in Owlboy is the combat. Otus by himself can't cause harm to anyone. The way that you deal with enemies, traps and projectiles is by carrying one of your friends. Each friend has a different weapon that functions in specific ways. For example, Getty carries a blaster, very similar to Mega Man's rapid fire blasts, that you mainly use to kill weaker enemies, avoid projectiles and destroy bombs. Throughout the game, they keep presenting new combat mechanics and different ways to accomplish goals and kill enemies. You can also unlock, with coins that you collect around the island, upgrades and costumes for Otus and his companions. By its nature, Owlboy is an artistic masterpiece game, but could we so blindly compare to other stylish games like Transistor, Wakfu, and Limbo? No, as said before, Owlboy brings a brand new, unique feeling to the mixture of emotions, nostalgia. Sometimes you feel like you're playing one hell of a weird looking Owl Link Zelda game, or even a not so fast but still flying yellow hedgehog, or maybe a Pokemon carrying Mega Man all over the place. You can go on with weird analogies, but the one argument that really describes Owlboy is an original classic game developed by following and learning from beloved franchises from Mario to Castlevania. Its art style is unique, but yet so memorable, like you've experienced this kind of games before. Explosions sometimes remind me of Metal Slug, one of the best games I played as a kid. The cinematics would be easily compared to Final Fantasy pixel games, and the list goes on. Owlboy is a beautiful game, and its design is a tribute to all classics that has inspired the development team. And the music follows the same path. I recommend anyone to listen to Owlboy soundtrack, and I dare you to find a flaw. In all my years of studying music and listening to movies and games OSTs, I can guarantee it is one of the best I've heard by far. It fits the atmosphere of the game perfectly, but not just that. It adds just the right amount of information that you need to fully understand the situation that you are in. For example, just by listening to it, you can imagine the scenery surrounding Altus. In general, one of the most astonishing games I've had the pleasure to look, hear and feel. Considering that I played this game for 4 hours, that I reached the middle of the game, and that I still got 2 to 3 hours out of this game, the $20 equivalent of the time spent will definitely be worth of its $25 price. But the experience of playing it can only be compared to the nostalgic feeling of my 8-year-old self playing Zelda for the first time. This game can easily tear up an old NES player like me. Owlboy shows the world that a well-written story, lovely character design, evolving gameplay, and artistic pixel graphics can still conquer the hearts of many old-fashioned players and indie game fans. It holds its head up high next to beloved games like Undertale, Shovel Knight, and Transistor, not disappointing those who waited 9 years for its release. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and feel free to recommend us for a friend. We really appreciate all the support. See you next time!
It was actually released on the 29th of October of 2015 for the PlayStation Vita in Japanese. Finally, we can appreciate this game. You play as this cute little girl that is in the search of her elder sister and also her dog,